So I am doing something where I'm going to occasionally read a comment and then give the response as well. The beginning of this, I don't have the video on just because right now I look like a hot mess, but there is a video response that will be following this. But right now I'm just going to read you the comment and then I'm going to play you the response, okay? And the reason that I'm doing this is because I want to answer why do I talk about this? This is part of my why. And unfortunately, I really didn't get into how 12-step allows people like your Eric Spoffords, your Patrick Ridges to exploit people, because 12-step dogma is so much about placing the blame on you. So even if you are in a situation where you get sexually assaulted, it's, well, why were you there in the first place? Why did you put yourself in that position? Like, it's all about finding our part, cleaning up our side of the street when you're in 12-step. And a lot of that is used and exploited for a lot of harm to take place. And we'll definitely be talking about that a lot more. But I'm just saying that I missed talking about that in this video response, so I thought I would mention it here in the podcast. I do have a couple of podcast episodes that I do need to edit, but I just wanted to throw this up because I haven't thrown anything up in a couple of days, but I do have a couple things to edit. Again, I love this podcast space. I love the support that you guys have been giving me. I know that not a lot of people listen, but the few people that do, I really do appreciate you, and thank you. Okay, let's get into the comment. So this person wrote, okay, so you don't like AA. Why are you so against AA? You seem genuine, obsessed with what you don't like. That's weird and guaranteed way to have more of it in your life. Or is this about attention? Just odd. I don't like many things. Who the fuck cares? I mean this seriously, so you're clean and crusade against other clean people. What the fuck? It's weird. It's barely even pushed in rehab anymore. AA doesn't kill people. People are responsible for their own behavior. You would have learned about the futility of this victim shit if you had done your steps. LOL. You might want to check out the steps anyways. And then here's my response.
I spent a decade, over a decade, in and out of treatment with a year and a half of prison in between. I've sat in countless detoxes, treatment centers, a bunch of sober livings. And the thing is, like, I've done the steps. I've done the steps many times. I surrendered. I got the chips. I sponsored women. I carried the message. And honestly, I caused a lot of the harm that I talk about that happens in the rooms. I was once a toxic 12-stepper. I told women who were on medication to call me when they were serious about their recovery, because that's what I was taught, right? And I truly believed that abstinence was the only way and anything else was just avoiding doing the work. And the thing is, some of those women are dead now. And I can't help but wonder if some of those things, some of that dogma that I repeated helped put them there. They thought that using medication or doing anything other than the steps meant that they weren't doing it right, that they were trying to take the easy way out. So no, I'm not speaking from bitterness, but I am speaking from experience and accountability, and from having the responsibility of, I need to do better now that I know better. And you say I'm obsessed, but would you say I was obsessed if I was posting about how AA saved my life? Would you call it being weird or attention seeking if I was sharing my 12-step journey, if it was a positive one? I'm guessing probably not. I know people are stuck. I get the comments. I get the DMs from people who are scared to leave because they're told they're going to die. I've even had people make a whole different account to message me because they were so scared that somehow that message was going to get back to their home group. Okay? Whether you've seen it, whether you believe it or not, there are people who are suffering in the rooms. And there are people who believe that meetings and working the program are their only option, and they're blaming themselves and trying to figure out why they can't make the program work for them, right? Like, they feel trapped. And while I always end up talking about the meetings, like, it's so much more than the meetings. It's the entire recovery industrial complex. And while no, it's not the 90s anymore, where 95% of treatment centers use 12-step facilitation. In 2020, that's the latest study that I've seen. It said that roughly 2/3 of U.S. treatment centers still use 12-step facilitation. 77% of sober living homes require 12-step meeting attendance. And while people love to say that AA is just spiritual, it's not religious, multiple federal courts have ruled that it's religious. So judges have determined that forcing people to attend AA without a secular option violates the First Amendment. And even with those rulings, it still happens in drug court, in probation, in CPS. Like, people are still court ordered to go, even though it's been ruled that it violates the First Amendment. So just really goes to show you how embedded this all is. What blows my mind is how people will just flat out refuse to hear that any harm exists. Like, I don't understand why it's so hard to understand that AA can help some people and it can harm others. It's not about avoiding accountability. It's not about being a victim. People always say that. It's about giving people a fighting chance. It's about making sure that people know that they're not broken, that they're not constitutionally incapable. They don't have grave emotional disorders. So no, I'm not obsessed. I'm informed. I'm accountable, and I'm not going in.